I was just saying I have to capture
Yeah.
this moment. Let me start with the agreement so we can just get that out of the way. Can we plan to make this recording public? And if anything gets said during the meeting, if you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that person's name or something like that, let me know right then and we'll stop the recording right then. And then we can edit it easier and we'll start a new recording. And if we make it all the way through without stopping, then we can make it public. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. And also, as we talked about, at any point along the way, you can just say, hey, can we pause for a moment to talk off camera? And we'll pause the recording and all of that. So at any time. Sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
So you were just mentioning the energetic planet background, which is totally crazy. I have to bring up, the actual site because I had it up before and, to look at like how exact it is. That is, and that's actually the bottom. I don't know if I have a full shot of the planet, but yeah, it's almost exactly down there. You can't even see it.
Apparently, there's a background already connected to Zoom.
There it is.
Yeah, you should have all the people who do your meetings to set it as the background so you get really in the mood.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But yeah, I haven't used the energetic planet thing for a while, although I have been, now that I'm reconnecting, but that's just so amazing and so great that you have that. Just for the
Woke up and I wore this shirt. Everything is in divine alignment.
definite alignment, definite alignment. Do you mind turning your phone horizontally so that it's got you, yeah, get rid of the black parts and got the full width going on? There we go. Okay, perfect. Awesome. That's great. We can even see even more of it now. That's amazing.
Yeah, now, yeah, there you go. Hey, energetic planet in the house. We have arrived. The energy is uniting and for action. Mm-hmm.
Thank
That's
you
why
for
we're
that.
here.
Thank you for that, Karmen. I have to say, you and I have been journeying together in this mystical dance for many years. So I'm really
Mhm,
so grateful for this moment and all the alignment that you're sharing. I
mhm.
really appreciated, what you shared after you read what I shared with you. And I know, you know, you understand because you've seen the way it's come out of me over the years, even to the point where like a couple years ago, I was trying to share like where we're at with things, but like it's so tough to like try to put into a conversation like everything. And now that you've seen like it laid out in volumes and all the concepts and all the intertwining and all of the systematization and all of that sort of stuff, now you can get more of a sense of like what's been going around in my head for all of these years and how I'm working on getting it all out in ways that we can actually do something with it all, right? And
Mhm.
you can get, and I really honor and appreciate this, that you can see the years of effort. You can get like what it would take to evolve month after month, year after year, literally in, as you know, isolation over the last several years to just be on this path in my mind that that's the world. You're seeing the world I've been living in. I've removed myself from our, three-dimensional world to build this world for all these years, sufficiently developed enough to now have other people show up, get the idea, and start building it too. That we can all start building it together now that we've got a little bit of the lay of the land, from what I'm sharing with everyone. So I just want to, really honor and appreciate you for recognizing that so readily, the harmonization, like you said, like you saw it, you got it, you're like, so I really honor and appreciate that. And, it makes perfect sense going all the way back to our spiritual wedding, right? Which definitely,
Oh, that's funny. I totally forgot about that. With Chia. Oh my God, that's right. We're spiritually married. No wonder it all resonates. Yeah, so deeply.
we've known that there's something at play beyond what we've seen, and it's making more
Yes.
sense all the time.
Right, that's true. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, this whole understanding the cosmic energy and our cosmic connections. We planned a lot of things in the cosmos and then now we're just going through the motions of showing up. And really, that's really all we have to do is just show up, like we did for that, that wedding on the beach, all of us. And it's interesting because I've definitely been in that whole marrying myself. And when you're talking about everything that you're saying is exactly what I've been through, and I've completely isolated myself and come up with in my own, also here in my own lab, creating and coming up with things that are going to help humanity. And so we just need to connect, because we're all part of that network, and connect the dots and help each other out. And within that, we are a collective, and we light up every angle of that that spark of that star, so we can really transform the planet. And we need it so much right now. But we had to go inward, and we had to isolate. Exactly. And it was so hard for me. I mean, it was really like, I am such a community social person. I love going, and I still have, I've gone out, dancing every once in a while. People will see me out. I can't miss a really good band that comes in town or something. So I go venture out every once in a while to live music or something. But when it comes to South Florida, I completely fell off the planet. On that aspect, I would only go see my private clients, because I have private clients down in South Florida. So my family, and very little too. It was mostly just my son visiting his friends, and I would go see one or two people or something. But yeah, I've been in that isolation mode as well, creating and channeling and trusting and envisioning, and also working a lot. I have I'm here in my home studio, which you can't see because of the background, but I have a whole temple that I created in Tampa area for like holistic healing, and I do sound healing, cupping. I have a biomat people lay on with crystals, and I do yoga therapy, meditation, breath work with them. I have also certifications in hot stones, MLD, manual lymphatic drainage. So between all these different modalities, the yoga, the breath work, the cupping, the MLD, I work with people with pain management and detoxification through nutritional supplements using Purium, which I love Purium. It's network marketing, and people may feel they, for some reason, don't like network marketing, but for me, it's just, I really believe in the company and the products. And people need to just get nutrition into their system when they're healing, high quality superfoods into their system when they're healing their bodies and rebuilding tissue, not going to eat junk food. So it's easy for me just to give them a power shake and say, here, just, take this power shake, take the aminos, and then check out all the supplements that they offer, just so you're starting to get up to date of what you're putting in your body, and it's just so easy. It's already there. Still working with Purium, and this whole combination that I've created has been helping a lot of people. And I'm just seeing it, first off, it had to help me in my life, and it worked on me. So then, of course, I'm going to share it with others. And being a licensed massage therapist, yoga teacher now, combined 20 years, doing so many. I mean, you saw me in community. I was like at every meditation. I was at every activation, every shaman in town, getting shaman work, getting, all of this work for a good, I mean, I was in Miami for 17 years, just not only on my level, activating others on whatever level, but also having teachers and going to workshops, classes, being involved in community, sharing on my level and my capabilities, but also, serving. I was always like, that's why I changed my name to Karmen, because really the 4 paths of yoga to enlightenment is the 4 paths, which is Bhakti, Raja, Yan Yoga, knowledge, and then we have Karma, which is selfless service, which is, they're all roads to enlightenment. And I was committed to enlightenment, and at a young age, changed my name just to say, this is, exactly it. I'm marrying myself. It's not about looking for somebody to take care of me, or we should find somebody. I was kind of like, oh, if somebody wants to show up in my life and take care of me, that's great. But, that's actually what I've been working on lately, is being able to receive and be open to now finding somebody. Because I think like my self-love journey and self, just learning journey, sometimes it needs solitude. It needs to be by yourself when you're doing the healing. and we're doing the work, you have to be alone. You cannot be with anybody, because then they start to kind of like send impurities into your pure path, so they come in from whatever their work, and they're toxic, bringing toxicity into your environment. And so I needed a really safe, clear environment to not only do healing from past relationships, but also to create what I was creating, which is this natural way to heal your body, and natural way to get rid of pain and manage pain in your life, in your body, and your life. So when I read everything that you had put together, and I said, and you had put, uniting for action, and I knew that you're on the same path for me, with me, like for activating and bringing this level of consciousness to others on how you have the formula, how we can relate to each other, how we can work together, how we can make this bridge happen, and through technology and through understanding, like, is brilliant. Your what I read, your paper of how we can create this structure and this cohesive structure where we're all allowed to work together, bring what we have to the plate, but in a safe way, in a way where it's sustainable, in a way that it becomes a technology for the planet, to heal the planet. Yeah. So this is such a vital time for us to support each other, to see each other. We've done laid out our own personal groundwork. Now it's time for that uniting to happen. And so that's why I wanted to set up, this time, because for me, I was really resonating with what I read, and it was just so brilliant. It was like, okay, this is going to take me some time to process what he has here. Yeah, because it's a technology to heal the planet, and so, but it does involve like-minded individuals to come together and to awaken the planet and want to invest in this idea. So this is one of the things that we have to do is educate, as hard as it is, and people don't want to change ways or think differently because they're very set in their ways. But once they get the education and they understand and have that awareness, the body is going to naturally ask for it, because we are part of nature. We can't help it. We are part of the cosmos. We are made of stars, and we're gas, and we're 5 elements, and we're connected to nature. So if nature changes, our bodies are going to come up, and the pain's going to arise. The disalignment's going to arise. It's going to come up through disease. It's going to come up headaches. And so that's what I'm seeing. The hospitals are flooded right now. Okay. The clinics are flooded. I tried to, get an appointment the other day. I have something that I'm dealing with my hips, actually an injury by a massage therapist that injured me, my hip.
Wow.
And now I have to get a CT scan, and I have to get a hip x-ray. I just got the hip x-ray, but I called to get the CT scan, and it was out, the system was out. And then I went to go get my x-ray, and every time I go, there's just like so many people getting x-rays. And there's so many people that are looking to heal themselves. And yeah, there's this awakening happening in the yoga community, but it's not the way that I have gone inward and seen it's really happening. It's become more of like, I don't know, it's just become more superficial, like about the clothes and being popular. And I have this studio, and it's like, wait, we were trying to get out of 3D and come into 5D, and you just put yoga into 3D, and we were supposed to raise the vibration up into 5D, utilizing the technology of yoga. And so people have stayed in 3D in this yoga thing and think that's what yoga is, and it has nothing to do with yoga. I'm getting my master's in science right now in Ayurveda, in the ancient medicine of Ayurveda, where yoga comes from. And what is being taught in the yoga schools right now is just really the opposite. And it's become so competitive. And that's why I left when I was 30 years old, became a massage therapist because I was like that whole scene, you know, was starting to become like superficial and artificial, which is why I left the corporate world initially, you know. I wanted something else. And so then I saw that being taken over again. I was like, well, where do I belong? You know, so I was like, I don't belong anywhere. I'm just going to go inward and just focus on creating something that is going to serve and help people. And I just discovered that, you know. And so right now, like my whole thing with you is just telling you where I'm at in my life, how we can work together, how you see me fitting into your vision of, you know, uniting for action. I really have like I studied radio television production, so I have a real understanding of technology. I know that you're really a techie, you know, like and you're also a visionary, and you know, brilliant, very smart. And I think you're a businessman, you know, you have a business model that all those things are what I lack. You know, it's like I have a request for a massage right now. I'm gonna try not to look at that. And so I'm a real like therapist, healer, artist. Sometimes when it comes to the tech stuff, I figured it out enough. Like I have my website, I have these things that I need to, you know, and I can understand the basics, but when it goes that far, it's very complicated. And so you understand that and in another shape, way, or form that I will never understand, that I'm sure like even with my modality, you'll never understand, because that was my path and that's my gift, you know? So that's why it's so important for us to work together. And I mean, I have this vision to, well, the next thing that I wanted to share with you is to connect you with the star seeds. Do you know about the star seeds?
I'm somewhat familiar with the concept, but I don't know if there's some specific group that you're thinking of, or what you mean by connect me with the star seeds. What does that entail?
Okay, well, your model is pretty much like we want to build a star seed. It's pretty much a star seed temple where star seeds like yourself and star seeds like myself, we're star seeds, which yeah, there's earth seeds and star seeds, but star seeds have a like more of like this cosmic connection, like indigo energies, crystallized energy sort of thing. We've 12 strand DNA stuff going on. And so it's not like we're better, we're all equal on this planet. We're not here to say we're better or we're equal. We're all here to literally heal the planet. And so what I read from you was that you're part of that, but you may not be connected to the star seeds. So the star seeds are all doing that and they're all connecting right now and they're lighting up the grid. That's what I was telling you. So they want to build a temple where I think you need to connect with them, which I will connect you with them, which we want to raise money for to build this temple, and it's already like set in motion. It's going to be in Canada. And they bought the land and everything. And I think that first off, I have a nonprofit organization. Everything is like set up so we can just kind of plug in with each other. And I have to find my, because it's running out of battery. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm running out of battery.
Want me to pause
So
it?
what the vision that I see is you have a fundraising system to be able to funnel funds and everything. Do you have a nonprofit organization?
No, not
Okay.
right now.
So I have a private foundation, and my private foundation is called it's Community Arts and Wellness. And with it, I know that you have a background in Qigong, you know, a lot of healing artists and things like that. So what I'd like to do is plug in maybe the private foundation. You could receive, so whatever money funnels in through that, you could receive that money, pay yourself as a moderator. So we have to have a board of directors. Within that board of directors, we're all like starting to do events. We're starting to, even if you want to build like a channel, like on YouTube, we can start with the channel on YouTube. It's healers, and everybody gets classes, and you pay whatever fee, you know, if it's $99 a year, something like that. And then you have this, you also, the healers can also pay a fee too. So let's say, like, for me, example, like I'm not only donating to build the Starseed Temple, I'm also getting featured on this YouTube channel, getting all, you know, myself out there in the public, and we're all co-promoting each other. And then on top of that, I'm paying a fee to help build the Starseed Temple, but I'm also paying a fee to have, you know, my work advertised and what I'm doing advertised to, you know, on this platform. But also people who want to see the platform, they also pay something too. So that would be something that you would coordinate because you're the tech guy and you're the, you know, money visionary business guy. But we would all have to be on the board of directors when it comes to the way that the money's funneled. So let's say like you're the tech guy, you pay yourself as a salary. Your salary could be starting whatever, you know, a year, depending on how much money we make, you know, you pay yourself a salary. I don't even know. I'd like to say, let's start, you know, if you have a big donor and they really believe in the vision and they're like, wow, this is awesome. You could start yourself off, you know, whatever, 100,000, 6 figures, $100,000 a year, but you're building this, you're the tech guy, you're the, you know, CEO of the tech, you know, and then I'd like to be also on the board of directors and you guys put me, you know, whatever. And then we do community arts and wellness, but you can name it whatever. So the DBA could be energetic planet. And within that, you can use my foundation, whatever, because the foundation isn't about me. The foundation it was never about me. I was always trying to get this work out, which is wellness and, you know, connecting community and building the community around it. So community arts and wellness is because artists too are healers. So we want to be able to include not only wellness practitioners, but artists as well. Artists can say, hey, I'll pay $99 a year to be on this channel. And then you could go and look at my art, how to, you know, do healing art, or, you know, how to paint, you know, if you want to do this, all you have to do. Well, eventually my vision does have a studio involved. So if there's like a studio where these people can go and have a studio and like they go there and do their class, that would be ideal. But if not, they could just send in their 1 hour, you know, class, their virtual class, or they could do it from their home studio or wherever, and then they send it in. But you know, this is I'm just giving you everything, so you are the one that has more contacts. I also have contacts that I can agree, but you have the actual wording, you have the business model, you have so when we have to go send it and we say, hey, look, we have $1 million, a guy who wants to donate $1 million. We have a guy who wants to donate $5,000. Here is the business plan. Here's the business model. So on the board of directors, we have to have, obviously you, me, which is whatever, like, cause I, you know, helping with the visionary and the organization. And one of the things like with my astrology, everything is that I'm like an organizer. So I had to understand like that I'm a visionary organizer. So the way that I do is like, I organize everything. It's like, you know, put things into things. And I'm also like a Libra moon. So I am very good with justice, like keeping everything fair and just. So I've had to really study my astrology and what are my things. And one of my main things are organizational skills, healer, and very just. So I have like this whole judge. I'm a judge, or apparently a cosmic judge, you know. So like when things get rough, it's like, no, I'm like going to keep it fair. We're going to keep it in the middle. We're going to keep it balanced, you know?
That's great. Yeah.
It's a lot. So then we already have the land for the star seeds. And then the star seeds are all over the planet. Okay. So the grid is like, everybody's ready. So when we start to do this, we work with the star seeds and we have a star seed virtual TV channel. It's called Energetic Planet. But within that Energetic Planet, the money is going to be funneled to help build the Star Seed Temple in Canada. And that's their job. That's their Lego work, right? So when people are like, oh my God, I just saw, you know, this star seed or whatever, or this healing practitioner, not star seed, but this healing practitioner, and I want to go lower them, well, go to the star seed temple and you could learn with them, because there's all the temple artists, temple arts, wellness, healing arts. We're healing artists, and we are But you know, we all know we're star seeds, but we're not going to use the word star seeds. But once people want to go deeper, then they realize that they're connecting to the star codes. You know, because the star codes are what came down and gave us the information through us. We channeled it. You channeled what you channeled. I channeled what I channeled. And that was a gift from the stars. And only you can channel that. There's nobody on the planet that can channel that. Nobody. That's your energy. That's what you chose for yourself. And that's what God chose for you in the stars, in the cosmos. Right? So this is how we understand that there's nobody that can steal from us. There's nobody that can steal your idea. They can't steal your energy. They can't steal your path. They, you know, nobody can. And this makes it really like easy. It makes it really easy for us, right? Because we can actually give what we need to give to heal the planet.
That's awesome. It's really awesome. Thank you for sharing all of those details with me.
It's a lot, right?
It's a lot of pieces. I know what it's like. You want to share all the pieces all at once, and you got a lot of pieces out there. So I received as much as I could take, and but it's a lot of good stuff, and I caught most of it. I think almost all of it. I think that I think that a distinction I want to share, just so you're seeing the system the way that I'm seeing the system, is that Uniting for Action is creating the platform, the infrastructure to allow the vision that you shared for your foundation to be able to like plug in and get all the other pieces that you need to get plugged in to be able to create it, right? And I just want to make the distinction, because in many ways I'm taking Jared even out of the Uniting for Action, picture. It's not that I'm doing anything. It's not that Uniting for Action is doing anything. We're creating a framework within which reality can show up and get created. Just like you're saying, that's what happens anyway, but we're systematizing it to such a degree that it gets hyper accelerated, right? Even again, you just communicated what, the roles are to me of what we need: a board of directors, we needed this, we needed that, we need a program director, we need a venue. It's in the recording of those thoughts and the building of a thought map on web pages that gives it the ability to live beyond just the conversation between you and me, right?
Exactly.
If it wasn't recorded and laid down in some place that others could then access it and we could access it and the conversation could take place, it's just a conversation between you and I. Whatever fragment of that conversation makes it from me to the next person, whatever fragment makes it, it's like there's no substrate for those thoughts to sink in and have the ability to evolve into something, right? And that's part of the real magic of Uniting for Action that you're getting. And I've even evolved it beyond the version that you've read, because it keeps evolving, that really what we're doing is we're providing the framework for the conversation to happen, which leads to the intentional evolution in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Because you have an idea, you say something, then somebody else shows up and says, well, I think you could do it this way. And somebody says, well, I know somebody did it better this way. And soon you start to have all these different voices that gives you statistically relevant information about what might be best practices, especially when it's from experts and people that have created results. And you're starting to hone in on options. And well, we could go this way, and some people want to go that way, and others want to go this way, and others want to go this way. And you get to decide which path or paths you want to continue on. And you're doing it in conjunction with all these other people that are coming around the same idea, providing collective resources, and now able to actually take action. So even just in speaking it, you're actually spawning evolution happening multidimensionally from that thought, literally turning, speech into action into reality creation. So, I appreciate, that you're getting all of that. And I want to kind of bring it back to, your project and what you have in your mind about it, it evolves from this and it goes to this, is we caught some of it, and then, you know, either later today or some other time, we'll go into, you know, the different branches that you want to travel down, right? Like, and you'll take some notes and you'll say, well, there's this concept, and then there's these 3 things about this concept, and then of this one thing, there's another 5 things that, you know what I'm saying? So you're kind of mapping out your thought map, right, in your mind, and where you're going to spend time sharing more thoughts within your thought map. And again, by doing that, it allows the rest of the world to start showing up and start creating it with, right? Now we're in a conversation. Now it's multiple people finding it. Now it's a friend that, you know, knows you very well and read this. And it's like, oh, I got to share this on my Facebook page. And now all these people that you didn't know before are showing up to be, you know, and that's the way that we create the 5-dimensional flow, right? And that's what I've been really focusing on as you get is, you know, walking on the beach in the middle of the night for hours at a time for weeks after weeks, years after years, to be able to feel the flow that, you know, we want to flow in, the universe wants to flow in, the regenerative flows that are there, and then figure out how to take those flows and build 3-dimensional structures using our existing 3-dimensional reality to facilitate how we energetically want to flow, right? That's what I feel like my job is, right? As an energetic engineer, I go off into the ethers, I feel into the energies, I feel how everything wants to be, I land back in this world of computers and cell phones and programming and this and that and everything, and then I figure out, okay, how do we deconstruct our—
Oh my gosh, you're the CEE, the Chief Energetic Engineer.
There you go. And that actually is almost my only job. There are other things that I have to do to get other people in place right now. And what I'm clear about, just like you said, you know, we need everybody else to play their roles. I need to remove myself from all the roles that I am not, like, you know, superhuman about. Like this, like what you're seeing is what I was born for, right? Like you don't read stuff like this because, you know, it takes a lot to be able to go this deep and all the things that I've had to do to get here. So that, you know, the CEO role, for example, you know, there's a lot of people that have spent a lot of years being great CEOs. I'm not going to start down that path because that's not what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to, you know, kind of bring it all back to the ways that we're thinking about things and flowing with things, because I'm so clear that everything that you shared is beautiful, and I support you in creating that vision. And I am going to support you with not only technological resources, but connections and all the ways that you described. It's just when it comes down to, you know, being the technical guy or being on the board of directors or whatever, those are not necessarily my roles, because there are other people that can do those roles. And if there are, I need to take myself out of them because I need to do the roles that I haven't seen anybody else doing on the planet. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly it. You know, because that's what I was saying. It's unique. It's like uniquely to us. And it's not like what I went through in my time of solitude and had to download through pain, through suffering, sweat, blood, and tears through my journey, my starseed journey, my awakening journey, my healing journey, my personal journey, connected with source, connected with divine source and God, to receive those codes, to receive those, that is why, you know, now we're able to work together, because we know exactly who we are and what we can bring to the table. I mean, exactly. That just didn't, you know, happen. We had to go through that process, and we had to go through that journey, and there was a lot of pain and a lot of learning and a lot of awakening and these things. But, you know, I think it's all in divine time, right? Because now it seems like it's not just me. Like I'm seeing everybody else, like boom, 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 like, wow, just they're ready, you know? And so it's going to be beautiful because that's why we're here. And
Exactly.
then exactly what you said. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's the thing, is that you've already seen, and now you're seeing in real time where my mind goes whenever there's a need that needs to be handled. That essentially in my mind is a nano action, right? That a whole marketplace full of people can show up to provide support for that nano action, and then the buyers and the sellers find each other and negotiate a price based on time frame and quality and all these sorts of things, right? And so what my job is primarily is to find ways to systematize things, right? As you're seeing, because as I find more and more ways to systematize our world, and you've seen 10 volumes of ways that I'm imagining systematizing our world, now I'm helping to point us in directions that allow us to maximize and optimize the use of our time, energy, and resources as individuals and as a collective, right? And we're in such dire need, as you know, from all of these urgent and mortal threats that we're facing, that all the rainwater on the planet is filled with, forever chemicals now, and that we're inhaling and ingesting a credit card worth of plastic every week, and all of these crazy, statistics that you would imagine we would have pulled the fire alarm on, years ago, decades ago. It's like we're not even reacting to all the chemicals that we're, putting in our bodies at this point, because like you said, there's this whole disconnection, there's this whole, mass psychosis, essentially, right, of society, the mental outcome, sociological, psychological results of this discordance that we're doing, the self-harm that we're doing, right? That we're
Yeah, I
constantly.
have this, your friend makes these, these.
Yeah, Will I Am, right?
Yeah, so this is for the EMF
Mm-hmm.
and all the radiation and everything. Yeah, so I always wear this, and I know it's speaking of the pollution and everything like that. It's really yeah, it's real, and that's really the problem. So that's why it's like all this, raising.
Mom,
Oh, my son's here. Yes.
you see even the neighbors are doing for you?
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to capture what you were just saying, because you were getting us right back to where we were with healing our bodies and healing everything, and finding the people that can provide the healing for us in all the different levels. And
Yeah, so just like will.i.am's technology that has helped me with the EMF, and actually it always lands on my heart chakra to protect my heart chakra from EMF and all that. And so having these healers and people who have created these technologies that are healing for our bodies, our minds, our spirits, who have not only proven that they're part of this community and they're committed, but are also doing it. They have their testimonials of healings, and so many people that they've already helped. And so through this technology, we're healing technologies, we're able to work with also within natural law, okay, and working with nature to heal the body, to come back into alignment, not only with the planet, but ourselves. We first have to go inward, so the pain's going to come up first in the body, and now we have to find natural ways of alignment and to heal that body. And so this is working with natural law. And right now, only 25% of the planet is actually working within the confines of natural law. So that's why we're seeing these flash floods. That's why we're seeing horrible weather patterns and deadly weather patterns. Okay. And it's just going to create more and more suffering, because the planet wants us to be in alignment with natural law to heal it. If not, it's not, we're going to suffer. Okay. The planet has a way of cleansing itself. It's way more powerful than us, way more powerful than us. We have to be humble. We have to be able to listen to the people who have committed to this work, who have committed to this path, to the learning, to understanding the structure of working within the natural law. So for me in particular, understanding ancient medicine and herbs and natural medicine and the energy of the body, working with a qigong master and qigong energy was my first teacher, my Qigong master from China.
I just found the
So-
book and the CD you gave me as I was packing up all my stuff. So that's amazing.
Whoa, that's crazy. I can't believe that. You got that. Yeah,
I
I
took
only
a
gave it
picture actually. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, I only gave that to very few people too, because I had very few copies. And so when I would see somebody very special, I was like, oh, you here. Yeah, because it has all that ancient
Thank you.
wisdom and knowledge of musical medicine. You know, music heals the body, and this was all burnt, burnt by the governments because they wanted to obviously control the people. So we have this, like I said, ancient medicine and of going back to the roots, going back to nature, and understanding natural law and physics and quantum mechanics and quantum physics is all aligning with natural law now. So it's such a beautiful convergence, and just being on this platform that we're going to create for people, and being able to say, hey, we do still live in a capitalistic mentality, and we don't want communism, right? Nobody wants communism, so we do have to be paid for our services. It's a sustainable way of capitalism. Sustainable capitalism is the way. We don't want to have all the power over people. We want people to have, their own way. So now the Taylor Swift concerts,
Okay, great.
so the vision also includes the Raymond James Stadium, which is here in Tampa, Florida, which fits, I believe, 75,000 people. And eventually we want to be able to have conscious events there too, where I don't need my car, you can park it, where like-minded individuals can come together from all over the nation or even the world to come to this event here in Tampa, Florida at the Raymond James Stadium, and do maybe like a conscious festival over here. And because look, Taylor Swift, who's one girl, can fill every single seat in the house for the nosebleeds, $1,000. So the nosebleeds tickets are for $1,000, and for Taylor Swift, one girl, and she makes, her team makes all that money. So imagine with a group of healing artists where, even my Qigong master from China, who plays all these instruments, okay, ancient Chinese instruments that heal your body, your lungs, your heart, your spleen, your liver, your kidneys. It's healing music for your body. It's healing your body. You wouldn't pay $1,000 for that when you have pain? Of course you would, So this is something that we can do for healing artists, people, especially musical Qigong energy, musical energy. And I really feel with visuals, healing, beautiful visuals in the background, beautiful dancers and flow artists. I want to hold the vision to do it here at the Raymond James and have an event,
That's really great. I'm really happy that you're having that vision. You and I definitely harmonize in different ways with that. I've actually been, I had a flash last year when I was watching America's Got Talent, and I was imagining something very similar to what you're describing, and how I would produce an America's Got Talent winning healing arts act, basically.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Like an America's Got Talent, healing talent.
Listen, I took it really far in my mind. I was imagining, the line of monks coming down the aisles with the big horns and everything, just like all kind, didgeridoos coming out, just all kinds of like amazing stuff that would totally blow the whole audience away and would be like a winning, winning act basically. And to go on and have like, permanent acts like that in different cities. That's what I was imagining. That, not only would there be a Vegas residency for that type of healing experience, but that it would be able to have runs in different cities around the country, on a regular basis, where the local, we've got a formula essentially to do what you're describing. Not just, the stadium gets to be the biggest version, but essentially we're building an enterprise of formulas for how to create these types of events that draw more and more people, that get bigger and bigger, that reach all of that. So you and I are definitely harmonizing on that level.
Mm-hmm. And I worked in television and everything, and I also know, I'm sure you do too, have a good connection with people in television, and so I think those star seeds are awakening now, who want to be part of it too, be part of that vision.
Yeah, that's great that you're saying that, for sure, for sure. And this again is where even just sharing the vision, that we, when we have the technology in place. You mind turning your camera again, just so I can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. You've gotten a sense, and I'll show you if you want to see the exact state of where we're at with the technology now, with the working prototype. And then we add the AI, which allows our thought maps to be generated in real time from our speaking. That's the real breakthrough that we're on the cusp of, because AI is emerging so fast now. Even a few months ago, I was thinking that the AI powered version was a few months or a couple of years off in time, but no, basically, just to give you an idea of where my mind is going, so you can get a sense of the power of the technology, I'm seeing where, again, very soon, not only are we using the AI processing of our video to build our thought maps, to capture our thoughts in organized ways on the page, on the web page. So, your thoughts from this conversation about this, and from this conversation are all being melded together by the AI to create, a 2-minute video that's featuring your thoughts with the visuals and all that sort of thing. We already have, technology for that, which is crazy, right? But not only are we building the thought maps out of just, a natural editing, so to speak, of all of our natural language conversations, but that we're getting the benefit of the video processing in real time. So when we're speaking a certain thought, that it's showing us on our heads-up display where other people had that thought, and then where they branched from there, right? So different people went in this direction, different people went in this direction. So we're going to start to have augmented thinking, real-time augmented thinking, where we're not just thinking straight from whatever's processing through our mind, but through our visual interface, or whatever interfaces with the collective global brain that includes what everybody's thought about this and where they go and what that it will help direct. Oh, let's actually, our friends were talking about that part. Let's go and talk about that part too. Let's go in this direction in the conversation. You get what I'm saying? Now our whole thinking process is about to shift, because we're going to be thinking in conjunction with the collective global brain at the same time. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a real huge shift for humanity, that we're getting to that point. So by starting where we're at right now, where you and I are starting to have a conversation about what a healing arts act could look like, that could work on America's Got Talent or Raymond James Stadium, or on a local level, or whatever it looks like, then, once we have the ability to have that on its own page and people show up and start adding to it, it starts to become a reality, right?
Exactly.
And it just starts taking on a life of its own, right? Because the other people that are sharing the same thoughts are showing up and saying, hey, I'd give $10 for that. I'd give $100 for that. I'd give $1,000 for that. And now we've got a pooled set of resources with a bunch of supporters and experts showing up, and strategic, and now we can build something, right? Oh, there's this many of us in Tampa, and we've got a collective budget of $20,000. Here's the ways that we could all use that together, and 100 of us agree, and now we're building it, right? It's the evolution, and that's why it's for action, because it's all to have action happen in the end, right? We're very much living in a society, as you know, where much of it is about the talk, the dialogue, it's incessant, the amount of, things that people are talking about over and over and over, right? And back and forth, and just all of that. The structure doesn't lend itself to an evolution because, it's just a bunch of disconnected thoughts until all the people that are sharing the same thoughts have the ability to find each other, pull the collective resources. Some of them will go this way, some of them will go this way, and some of them will go this way. But at least now there's 3 progressions on an evolutionary path that are actually happening in 3 dimensions, rather than it all just being conjecture that leads to nothing.
Exactly. There you go. That's when we like can plug in those, plug it in and create the structure. Yeah.
And this is where, as you're seeing, where my mind has been taking again the concept of the 5D. We're sharing thoughts, we're sharing impulses, we're sharing, collective intentions. Okay, so what structures do we need to build in the 3D world in order to facilitate that happening? And that's what you hear coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 3D world exists in the 5D. It's just going to, the 3D is within the realm of the 5D. It's just in a higher vibrational frequency, dimensional. So, when you have like whatever you're learning geometry, you're working within that 5D dimensional frequency. So that's just like raising the frequency to another, to build. But yeah, we don't need to go into any 3D anymore. 3D is already encased within the 5D, so we don't even have to think 3D anymore. The thing is that we've understood already the 3D. We've lived in the 3D. We've had to heal from the 3D dimension, and so now we're building on that. And then it goes into the 60, the 70, 80, 19, and 12 to the 12th dimension, up into the rishis,
Yeah.
And so this is all like, that's like, other stuff that we don't have to deal with. We just have to work within the 5D. It's like pretty not too complicated. Yeah. Because then the other work is for the higher dimensionals, and that's their work. But we're here. We're setting the stage, and the time is perfect for that, because people are finally like awakened to it, and the planet is shaking people awake right now in their bodies. And that's where I work on that 3-dimension, and with the body, the 3-dimensional self. And my job is to bring people from the 3-dimension into the 5-dimension, working with their body and their frequency. And I use, I want to use tuning forks, but I do use sound healing as one of my modalities. And they have the crystal bed, that they have the biomat, and so we're already getting everything back into alignment and balance. And then we work with like I said, superfoods and nutrition, and none of that but consciousness, working by being able to raise that consciousness by bringing more attention and awareness into the body, and letting go, through the breath work, through the you have to manually go in there. I do manual manipulation, so I literally go into people's tissues, and I also work Reiki and energy as well, but very little. I'm a manual therapist, so I literally go into people's tissues and raise their vibration by releasing toxicity manually, like just kneading it out, and that type of work is very tedious and it's very exhausting. So I am trying to teach people to do that. So this is one of the things like that I want to do, is you have to be a licensed massage therapist, and then you can learn how to treat, pain management, and how to treat the body, to do deep tissue work and manual lymphatic drainage with this combination of work, that I've been doing, that's been very successful for people. So that's what, my gift that I can bring. But on another level, I do also have, like I said, that judge, that organizer person in me, where I want to be part of, I have that visionary, that I see this whole, I studied radio television productions, and I'm a creator too, so I see this vision for this this channel, this platform, and how that channel is going to be a YouTube channel, but then connected with the star seeds, because the star seeds have been playing a very important role in my time alone and activating and healing me. So I really want to honor that and their vision for the Starseed Temple. And so from working with you and your vision and seeing that template that you created, and then connecting it with the Starseeds temple, and then also, I don't know, how you see fit, or like just bringing in investors, how you see fit the foundation that I already have. You don't have to build a foundation. You don't have to do anything. It's already there. You could just literally use the, 501c3, whatever money comes in, no tax. You don't have to pay any taxes. You can pay people salaries. They could be, we all we have to do is find a board of directors, go and do the board of directors. We do need one lawyer. Okay. So if you know a nonprofit lawyer, preferably, if not, just somebody that has some sort of background in working with nonprofits, one nonprofit lawyer. If you know anybody off the top of your head, that would be even better. That's conscious, that has that level of consciousness of the 5D. And then we would need, maybe like an accountant to be part of it, lawyer, an accountant. And then we have you, the CEE, and then I can be like director of something, the director of, I don't know, whatever it is that I do. Just a board of directors, and then, but there's a secretary, that has to be named. So there's a president, there is a vice president. And you could be the president. We could do that, president, vice president of the foundation. You could be the president.
Again, I just want to be clear so you understand my role. There are people in the world that can be president, vice president. There are people that's what they aspire to. I have to remove myself from all roles that isn't, what I'm.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to use the foundation, that's what this is, the technical part of it. That you have to have a president, a vice president, or just a secretary and a treasurer, those four for the foundation. And then, you don't have to have a board of directors. It's mostly that, I think, but you can look up more what needs to happen. But getting somebody who knows about nonprofits, if you know of anybody right now, you can automatically start to receive funds, funnel it directly in through the nonprofit. You have your, a way to, we could just start right away, however.
That's amazing that you have that structure in place, because for sure, there's a couple of things just to give you more of a context. At some point, there will be a sister organization, whether it's your foundation or a different organization. At some point, there's the Uniting for Action for-profit side and nonprofit side. There has to be like a hand-in-hand working together. I've left the nonprofit part for later because there's so much ins and outs, like you're talking about board of director, all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to give my personal attention to developing all of that. That's going to be the people that do that sort of thing that are going to do that sort of thing. And in the short term, before we have the fully developed sister organization, there does need to be, a pass-through organization that is able to take the donations and then keep, 10% or 50% or whatever their fee is going to be for taking the donation, but is in mission alignment enough that they can give the other 85% to Uniting for Action to build what those people are donating for, right? So again,
I forgot that it's called Uniting for Action. It's not Energetic Planet, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's why I kept thinking Energetic Planet.
Which was the old version, and it's perfect. This is evolved directly from Energetic Planet. So
okay, so now it's called Uniting for Action, right?
Uniting for Action LLC is the official.
Okay, so you have an LLC for it. Okay, a limited liability company.
Yeah.
Okay.
For profit. It's at this structure is a for-profit LLC. Again, the nonprofit part will come later. So again, whether your foundation is going to play this role in the short term as the pass-through organization, so to speak, to me is more a matter of how much time and attention and energy you and the others that you bring around you devote towards it while we're, eating that
Well, I'm
service.
just saying that I'm not doing anything with it. I already paid the money. I paid the people to put it together. It's sitting there. I was like, I don't even know if I should dissolve it. But then when I heard what you were doing, I was like, well, maybe he can use it if he's getting donations to do his project, and he can use it. And then we can also get a cool board of directors going with Jared, like, and however you see the LLC fit, into that, and your vision with that LLC. And then, but the foundation's just more of like, also you could use it too and protect and not have to pay taxes too for your LLC. So it's like, hey, I'm doing this as a conscious work. I'm getting this amount of money, and I don't have to pay taxes because I have this private foundation.
Yeah, it's
But
perfect. It's perfect that you're sharing all that. It's great that you have that available. It's really, really wonderful. So all the I'm really happy that that's part of what you're bringing to the table.
yeah, it's beautiful. The mission's there. The missions is pretty much just spreading arts and wellness events and things. So it's pretty much like it's all about that, for supporting healing artists and in the community and getting that work out there. So that's already in place, however you see fit. But the people that I was working with, the one girl that I was working with, how everything happens, like sometimes vibrationally, and you think that you're a match, but you are a match for like building it. But then once it comes to like actually action, right? Exactly what you're saying, uniting for action. When it actually comes, like, she was good for like doing the technical, like bringing it into reality. But now when it's time for action, like let's make money. And I'm like, I'm ready to show up. I'm ready for my action. I can teach a yoga class. I can do a massage. I can coordinate events. I can direct events. I can, bring people together, all this stuff. But when it comes to, I need you to do your part and you're not doing it, it's like, well, what do I do with this foundation? I can't just be by myself running and doing everything, being vice president, secretary, treasurer, running the nonprofit, doing the accounting. I can't do it by myself. So it was both of us. And then she started to show kind of like that she wasn't really in the vision. She just was trying to take the money at first for me to put it together. And then once it was time to make the vision happen, she was like, oh, I don't have the vision. She didn't have the vision. And I was like, oh my God, like I partnered up with this girl who doesn't have the vision. It's like, no. So once again, now I'm in this situation where I have a foundation and I'm looking for the people to work with, and that want to do something with it. If not, it's just going to dissolve because I'm all by myself over here.
That's the thing. And next time when we can, map out some of the things we want to cover in our session, you can go into the specifics of what you're looking for in each of those roles enough that, your friends can start sending you people that they know that fit those roles. You know what I'm saying? And you can start talking about, what you can offer to those that you're seeking and what you can offer to those that can connect you with what you're seeking, right? And then it's a matter of, as you have that reality generating machine that you're managing next to your business with your clients, next to this other vision that you have, next to this other vision that you have, then every day you get to make a choice. I have a limited amount of time, money, resources. Where is everything flowing today? And you're going to get to see, over time, whether that vision that you're holding for the foundation is being sufficiently supported, and or whether you need, what you need to put into it in order to get what your vision is out of it. And then you get to decide, like you're saying, this is not being a fruitful use of my time, so I'm just going to have to let it go. Or thank goodness that these people are showing up that need to play these roles, and we can just let this keep playing out because I can see this is headed towards my vision, right? And so that's really, again, a lot of the power of the system. It just becomes a real reality check where we get to see, like, here's our vision, but how is the reality matching up? And are we staying committed to this vision, or is there just not a match between what we want and what we're willing to do to get it, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm just putting it out there for you. If you have a way of plugging it into what you're doing, and if you see that we can work together, I want you just to meditate on that and see how you see that working in conjunction with you and supporting you, you know.
I can tell you very simply because I love the idea of it and all of that. For me, it's like everything else. There's a certain amount of time, energy, whatever that's required to get that to the functional place that we're talking about, how it can function. And we compare that group of resources of what it takes to get it to where it needs to be functional compared to other processes to get things up to functionality or ones that are already functional. Like all options get to be compared, and I am going to use my time and my resources in whatever way I think is most effective and most efficient for me, right? So with your option, there's a lot of extra benefits that come with it being your foundation and us potentially working together and all of that. So
it's not my foundation. It's just it's my I put it together, you know.
okay.
But I mean, it's just it's like I said, when we work like this, we work in collectives and you know, uniting for action means like, oh, I already did this action. Like, let's unite. You know, like I
Exactly.
already put that together. Like it does, you know, it's like let's unite it now. Like this is what I see for like I already did that action for you, you know. I don't even have the mentality of like separateness or individualness anymore. Like it call me crazy. I've kind of always felt like a deep connection with humanity and people already. And that's why I got into this work. And I had like a, you know, whatever, my Kundalini awakening at a very young age, like in my 20s, you know, after working with Master Wu, that I was changed forever, and people could call it crazy, you know, oh, you have to be in the separation, you have to be in this competition and be this, you know, but I was like, I have my individuality, but I also prefer to work with collectives and in groups, and to notice I noticed that there's people have weaknesses and strengths, and I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. So I have been on this individual path. I know myself, and now I know that, you know, I can work with others too. So understanding that the separation is also a bit of an illusion. We have to have it. We have to have our individuation, but we also, within our individuation, we also have to learn how to unite, you know, and where I have weaknesses, you have strengths, where you have weaknesses, I have strengths. So within this collective and this foundation, which is the legwork has already been done. I put money, it took a couple $1,000s, you know, that's done. You don't have to pay for it. You know, like, how can I utilize this? This is it's not like about me. Like the foundation was just more of a vision, because when I moved to Tampa, I knew so many healing artists that I wanted to do events. And I said, hey, I have all these private clients that are like lightning players and books players. And if I had a foundation, they could give me like, I mean, they have millions of dollars. They give me like $5,000 to do an event. I mean, that would bring all these healers and they'd be open to it. But I need a foundation for that. Ocean, I'm on a meeting. Okay, so anyways, I have to go because you know, that's my son wants my attention and needs me to cook for him, and we're starting this whole thing right now with the concert, parking and all that. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I wanted to share. And
It's great. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing all of that. And I'm glad, you know, to know about the foundation and all of that for sure. You know, my thought from everything you're sharing is, of course, I want all of the different modalities that you bring and all the different ways that you support people to be available to people within the realm of empowerment as a founding launch supporter. So is that something that you read, that I don't know if you read that page or you looked at it or that was of interest to you, or where you fell with, you know, what it would look like?
Oh, like to well, I have like I can't just give money unless I know what I'm getting in return.
Of course. Did you read the one pager for the founding launch supporters? Because that laid out a lot of the details, but I can share more with you either now or some other time.
Yeah, just share it with share what it is, that how much is it, and like what is it that I get from it?
Yeah. So the founding launch supporters for the realm of empowerment are the first users of the system, and they're the ones that are there when people show up at Uniting for Action. So I'm very clear. I think you've gotten this, you know this from working with people. You know, I've envisioned really amazing technologies that are, you know, really in many ways have infinite potential. And when people have those very powerful tools in their hands, what the limit to which they can use them to create reality is usually some sort of internal limit of how empowered they're being in their lives, right? Like if I'm totally overwhelmed, I might not even be able to consider the opportunity, which is happening for a lot of people, right? Like I send them something and they're in such an overwhelmed state that they don't even read it, right? So it might be the best thing in the world that ever came in front of them, but they're in such a disempowered state that it's not able to even be considered at this point. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. The thing is that, like, if I'm paying for something, like, how much is it? I just need to know, like,
Yeah.
how much, what is it for the founding members or whatever? Like, what I know, I saw like there was all these different prices, but I didn't understand what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah. Let me explain it really quickly. You want to turn your camera sideways again? So let me pull up the sheet because that'll help explain it. The amount is $99 per month to be a supporter within the realm of empowerment. And for the founding launch supporters, it's a 3-month commitment up front. So people are committed for 3 months to be a founding launch supporter. And so this is the page where it gets into it. It's the 2-page executive summary and then the launch supporters document. And so, like you said, there are these different levels, so people can come in at different higher levels, as some will, but I'm just giving you the minimum level is the $99 a month and then the 3-month commitment. And those 33 Realm of Empowerment launch supporters, we're, you know, helping you and the others use the system to connect with prospects, create content, develop new followers, monetize the content, monetize being a supporter, monetize being a connector, incentivize others to connect to you, monetize being an influence, opportunity to help guide society. So these are just examples in like broad terms of what we're doing. And the specifics are helping you essentially take like all the different modalities that you were talking about and allowing you to start to, again, talk about it in a recorded context to be able to create those pages of content, right? So now when somebody's looking for healing work, when somebody's looking for nutrition, they're not only finding your content, but you're directing them to Purium, and you're directing them to the biomass, and you're directing them to you know, this person, you're connecting them, and now you're earning commissions on all of that. I think that was part of what you read as well. So again, what the opportunity is for the Realm of Empowerment launch supporters more than anything else is to, one, be there to support everybody who's showing up, because people can only use these tools as empowered as they're being. And so we're promoting the Realm of Empowerment as like a gym for your empowerment, right? Where you need to go, you know, for a half hour a day or an hour a day or whatever it is to see Karmen about this part and see Moses about this part and see this person about this part and just be working on our empowerment, right? And so it's you being there to serve them as your clients, you know, and to build a following, build an influence, and to use the tools within that realm so that you're talking about this and you're talking about that and you're talking about this and you're talking about that. Okay. And that way when
do you have like a website or something, like a website for this?
Yeah, so let me show you just what the very basic, you know, portions that are built out right now as the prototype look like. This is the mission control panel, and the mission control is where you have all of your reality generating machines with all the nano actions, okay? And I'm not going to get into all the different pieces we could at the moment. The part I'm going to show you is where this is where now, you know, the opportunity already exists within the system. And this is the part I'm showing you is going to have its alpha launch probably May 15th or so. So what I'm doing between now and then is having the launch supporters show up essentially like a profile page to be able to share what you're offering, that sort of thing. Then as soon as we alpha launch, you're presenting all of your thoughts about this, your thoughts about this that you're referring to, this is how you serve people with this. And so that's what's, you're being the case studies basically of how to use the system, and you're using the system to drive business to you, right? And expand your influence within this system that allows you to make money from all these different sources as well, essentially. So you're being,
I understand. I want to, I don't have $99 a month. I'm very cramped right now, and I have a good amount. My son's about to graduate, so I will have more room. But also when him going away to college, I might be right now taking another job and moving to Iowa. So there's a lot of things going on in my life right now where my work is a lot in transition and transformation, because if I move to Iowa, I'll be working for the university. And on top of that, I'm not going to be doing hands-on stuff anymore, like with my clinic that I've had and my massage business that I've had for 10 years. So I don't really need, like, I'm kind of going through a transition. So I don't really even know like what $99 I would need for that. All I know is that like I have this vision and I wanted to share it with you. Okay, perfect. It looks good. It looks good. So I had this vision and I wanted to share it with you today, about doing something like YouTube channel where something like I would be willing to pay $99 a month if you are willing to make a video of me or put it on your platform of, hey, this is what Karmen's been up to, or here's Karmen's meditation that helps with stress relief and nervous system regulation, with my bio on it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me, like $99, and I'm going to be posted on the Facebook group page, and I'm going to be posted in the YouTube channel, and people type in Karmen Plasencia, it's going to come up on my YouTube. That makes sense to me, but what you're telling me right now, I like, people, I don't understand it. Like, I need to feel like what I'm getting is really making sense. And so that's why I'm sharing my vision for like how I would feel. Like that makes sense to me. Like, oh, pay $99 and I get up on a platform like with a video, or I'm getting, like thousands of people are going to see this video or hear me speak about, ancient medicine, or, or I'm going to be able to be part of this event or something like that. By paying the $99, you're like part of this, healing, circle that people have access to from the website. Oh, they search, yoga, or they search meditation or massage, and like I come up and like they, so I have to have something really concrete like that.
That's exactly what it is. So if I didn't communicate that effective, basically everything that you said, you would want, it is, except for an event. The events are on your own to do that, but all online, all in the way that you want. Every thought that you share, you get to tag with what tags you want to tag it with. Now people can find you through those tags. So when you are providing information about nutrition, and you're providing information about sound healing, and you're providing information about those things, that's how people find you, right? They don't necessarily know to type in Karmen, but they know to type in sound healing. Then they type in sound healing. Now they find you. Now they find hearing what you're saying, and they say, oh, I really like what she's saying. She's saying I should get this CD. They buy that CD. You're earning the commission. They say, you say, attend my webinar, or my interview, or I'm going to interview this healer, or, what I'm saying? You get to go in whatever directions you want. And this is the platform for that. And it's the platform for the reality creation of any of the visions that you're describing. Any vision that you can share, like the one that you were, here's a platform to allow it to get created now, right? We just don't have that platform with everyone plugged in. So this is that. Yeah.
So anyways, I'm not going to be able to pay $99 here today. But I'm happy that we connected and we were able to really share our visions and reconnect with everything. And then whenever you have your website fully completed and the search engine and everything like that, just send me like a link and then I'll check it out and see if it's going to work with what I'm doing at that moment. Because I'm right now, like I said, I'm in transition. I might take a job at university just because I'm in a master's and it pays for my school if I take the job. But it would be like a complete life change for me. And so I may not have the funds and, you know, to pay $99 a month if I don't really see it fit for my life in the moment.
Yeah, if you're in a position where you're not able to convert the attention into, you know, business for yourself, then it's not an economic you know, necessity for you. It's for people that see like what a difference this makes for the world and want to support it, and they're going to get business out of it too. But the early supporters, the launch supporters are people that want to support this being alive in the world and aren't just like relying on other people to build it, but like, I want this enough that I'm willing to help build it. You know, you've seen me, you know, devote my life for years to being willing to build it. So I'm looking for other people that also want to help build it in their small way. And then
you're looking for like investors in a way to help you get this going off the ground.
Well,
right now.
Separate from the investors, I'm starting with the realm of empowerment supporters because we need them to show up first. As soon as people start showing up, we need them to be able to find people that can help them be empowered. And if you want to help those people, then it's the opportunity for you to help them and to, you know, do business with them, have them be your clients. But again, we're working on creating the win-win. There's a few different levels you could be seeing it, but yeah, at least one of them and it being compelling. So I'm trying to share a few of the different layers and levels with you. And, you know, something like this doesn't get built without the people that want it built, right? That's like you were saying, like people need to want something enough that they're willing to put something into it. So you can decide, you know, if it's not $99 a month for you to have this alive, is it $33 a month? Is it $9 a month? Is it $3 a month? You know, what is it worth to you? And then you, just like everybody, get to see where you are dividing your resources amongst everything in your life. That's part of the beauty of this, is it gives us, oh, I'm putting all this money towards this, but this is more important to me and it's not getting as much resources as this. Let me take some resources for this and put it into this. And we get to be real with ourselves about the things that we say we want and what we're willing to put our resources behind, because that's what we really are committed to.
Right. I mean, I just have a lot on my plate right now because I have my resources, my son, he's going to college. Also my schooling. I have a lot of, I just got a $100,000, you know, loan for school, which already was, you know, something that, I'm going to have to eventually like pay off. So right now, like, I don't have a lot of extra money to invest in. I'm like, you know, even though it's beautiful, you know, idea, I'm not an investor person. Like, I don't have the money to invest.
No, I
I'm
understand.
I
understand.
And so I've had to invest in like my whole clinic and put like so much money towards like all my equipment. I had to pay for like a website designer. I had to pay for a, you know, social media person for a little while. And she, you know, so I've had to, that's the way I get clients, you know, like maybe I don't even get clients through social media, to tell you the truth. I've never had a client. The marketing, when it comes to marketing, is word of mouth. And I work for Sooth and Zeal. And when I go do a massage and somebody's like, wow, I really liked your work, give me your card. That's the only thing that's ever worked for me. Nothing has ever worked for me better than working for Sooth and Zeal, handing out my card. They liked my massage, but I actually have an actual experience with somebody firsthand. That's why I wanted to do the events, because when somebody goes to my yoga class, after they come to me and say, can I get your card? I want to book a private yoga class. When they have the experience massage with me and they have like the one-on-one experience with me, that's when I get the work. So for this, it's not going to really work for me because I don't really see how I'm going to get my investment back. And that's going to be really important because I don't have a lot of money. Like I'd be like, hey, Jared, this is beautiful. Like here's $99 a month.
No, that's not, That's not the idea, and you shouldn't be in the realm of empowerment as a launch supporter if you're not able to support people there. That's the whole point. So if
Yeah.
you don't have a way to serve clients remotely, if you don't have a way to just welcome everyone who's showing up and monetize,
No, I mean,
if
look,
you're
I
not,
have ways. I have ways to. I do remote Zoom classes and everything. I have ways to connect with
okay.
people, but
Well, again, the idea is if you have ways to monetize
yeah,
the
I
interest.
think what you need to switch your business model, and I'm just going to be quite frank with you because this is from a friend to a friend, from a heart to a heart, from a spiritual leader to a spiritual leader, from a star seed to a star seed, from the heart. Like this comes from love. You need to change your business model. This doesn't work for healers. This works. Maybe you're getting $99 into your bank account every month, but because you're smart and you're brilliant, but at the end of the day, like, how is this going to help me? I gave you kind of like an idea of how what I would pay for, what I would put $99 towards. This is what would work for me. This is how I could get access. I gave you my consult, like, but whatever you're asking me isn't going to work for me. I'm just going to be quite frank and honest. I'm not going to like try to beat around the bush. Like I told you, this is how I get clients. I'm really not going to pay $99 to be an empower you. I need to be empowered. Like I'm a single mom. Like I have like a lot of, struggles my own self. I need to be empowered, at this point. But so
We all do. The thing is that the $99 that the launch supporters are providing are to have access to the clients. So if you have access to the clients and you're signing them up as your clients, then you should be making, however much you make from your clients. I don't know. The idea is if $99 is an excessive amount for you to pay to get clients to come up with whatever, then it's not a fit, and that's totally fine.
yeah, I mean, this is what I tell the life coaches too, because they come up with this bullshit to me too. They're like, "Oh, pay me $3,000 and I'll get you clients." And I'm like, "How about you get me the clients first and I'll give you the $3,000?" And it's always the same shit. It's always like, "No, sorry, that's not gonna work." Oh, okay, really? Well, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna give you my money. It's like that simple because I'm really realistic and I'm really fucking Capricorn about money. So that's when it comes down to like what it is like just reality, and there's no way, shape, or form I'm going to give anybody $3,000 to life coach me to get clients, or $99 a month because you say you're going to bring me clients, because that could be total bullshit. I need to see the clients first, or I need to know that this is what's going to happen, and I need to have like a real concrete evidence that this is 100% going to bring me 10 clients a month virtually or whatever. Once I have that information, I can assimilate it, and then I can make a really clear decision that I'm okay with doing $99 a month with the limited amount of funds that I have already as a single mom,
I understand. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you made it so clear, where you're at with everything. So it's early in the opportunity for you. Like you said, you need to have the system be more mature, let other people, build it out and participate and be supporters at the early levels. And as it gets more and more mature and the base is there, then you'll be able to see, and you can, come in at whatever level, and you'll be able to grow with the system, at whatever pace is appropriate for you.
Exactly. I have to feel 100% secure where I place my money.
Yeah, I offer, just so you know, I offer 100% money back guarantee. So after 3 months, if you didn't feel that
Right.
you got your money's worth, then you could receive your money back. So I do my best to provide no risk to you because I'm confident that everyone will get their money's worth. But if you want to instead, wait until there's more evidence of the activity on the site, because we haven't even launched the site yet. If you need to see the users on the site and all of that, then, that's perfect. We'll just wait until we get to that point.
Yeah, that would make more sense for me as, as somebody, because, I would rather see the site come up first and see how I can fit into it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm so happy that you're able to take the my loving criticism. But yeah, this is all good, and I'm happy that we got to connect and all that.
Yeah, thank you for everything you shared. I really appreciate, the energy that you're holding in the world and all the ways that you're supporting people. I love the visions that you have. I appreciate, the foundation that you're showing up with and the offer of support on that side. Definitely going to be, as we're continuing, keeping that in my mind and thinking about, ways that you and I can synergize our energies around that. So, I appreciate it all.
My own investor, I've invested thousands of dollars into myself, doing trainings and website building, social media. Like I've invested a lot of money in getting put the best equipment, for my clinic, for my clients. So that's the way that I feel like I invest and I get clients back. Whatever you're creating is your vision, and I want to see it come into fruition first before I feel like, oh, okay, this is how I can get more clients, or this is how I can invest in my business that I'm going to see this amount of return.
Yeah, I totally understand. I think at this stage, it's more this is first a solution for how we address our challenges as a society, that we can't just do what we're all doing individually and expect it all to come together. We need a system that facilitates all of that. That's what we're collectively building together. There's a separate part of it, which is the realm of empowerment, for the reasons I shared with you, I think needs to be there to support people there in their empowerment. And so I'm looking to find the people that want to build out the realm of empowerment first, so that we can support the coming together to collectively build the whole system that we need. So again, if for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, there's plenty of reasons, for any reasons that it's not in alignment with where you're at in this moment, is totally perfect. You have an idea of, where we're at in the process and the specific, people we're looking for at this point in the process. And you can maybe think of some people, oh, I need to send this person to Jared, and this person would love to hear what Jared's doing, those sorts of things. And then when we're, when we're at the point of evolution, that you feel you're ready, where you're seeing everything and whatever it's like, then it'll be perfect, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome,
so I would
Karmen.
love to do a class like with this background, and to just show people like I do all this kind of like healing light language with my hands. So I don't really do it. A lot of people are doing the light language with but I do it with my body. So I'm more like a movement artist, and moving the body and showing people like different mudras and how to communicate through the body, and this is really the movement art that I came up with, healing my body too, because I was trying to heal my shoulder, and then I had to do like these movements and this kind of stuff. So I am looking for a platform that I can just be like this and just move, and then say, oh, what was that? What was she doing? I want to do a class with her. I want to do a private class and learn mudras, and what is the basis of mudras, and what is the knowledge of mudras. What is the science of mudras? But just by people seeing my movement and my art, my movement art, or my yoga class, or this and that, then they have access to that. I feel I would be willing to pay something for that. But once you have that going, and I'll check it out, and I'll see if something's going to work for me.
Awesome. Awesome, Karmen. That's so great. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the input and the support, the energetic support. All right, I lost you, but bye-bye.